said, keep your ears open. Let he who hath an ear hear. Can you see the condition today of our youth? Islam? This lesson has
Islam,
been
wake us
taught.
up, wake us up.
For had it been taught, we wouldn't be witnessing the condition of our youth.
That's right.
The way they live and carry themselves today.
Come on, come on. That's it now. That's it now.
This is a two-part measure here. A twofold measure in the words of Islam. In the words of the Most High People of America members, we say twofold.
Islam, that's right.
So this is a twofold measure here. The second part of this measure is very beautiful. And it speaks upon if we beware and be attentive to our passions and desires. And then we learn to use the tools that are in the workshop of our mind that are used to build up our character. See, we can't just beware. We have to also be made conscious of the tools that we possess in order to protect ourselves from the nature that we have within us that urges us to inconstancy. That will cause us to become constant in our endeavors to begin to build a foundation, a firm, solid foundation with those tools, and to continue to build upon the temple that rests on a solid foundation, and continue to follow in the footsteps of our prophet with the lessons that have been brought to us for us to uplift ourselves
Islam.
out of that shallow grave of Negro black cup. If these lessons are taught to our little ones, if we can possibly gain ground with teaching them the lessons that are necessary for them, that will save their lives, then we can build upon our nation.
Come on, nationhood. Talk about it. Talk
It's
about
going
it.
to be an impossible thing to do.
That's right.
The children are very necessary. Islam?
Islam.
Islam. And I will prove it to you. Islam. Dear readers, know thyself and thy Father God Allah. Dear readers, do
That's
not
right.
falsely
That's
use
right.
these lessons. They are for good, peace, and happiness for all those that love Jesus. We got to get an understanding on that particular portion right there, which the chairman demonstrated about Jesus. We got to understand why the prophet put Jesus in these lessons. Islam?
Come on. Wake us up. And you talking about that 2000 European.
Dear mothers, teach these
Mm-hmm.
lessons
Dear
to
mothers.
your little ones,
To the little
that
ones.
they may learn to love
Okay.
instead of hate. That's proof positive right there, bro. That we have to teach these lessons to our little ones.
That's right.
We can't teach them how to dip and dive because their minds are so innocent, open, and pure that they'll absorb just about anything that you put in front of them. And because of that, what has been put in front of our little see the results in our communities. Little girls want to be like Sexy Red. I don't call that sexy at all.
Come on. Bring it on home. Islam.
Islam, boy.
Islam.
Rice Bay is cut from that cloth. I'm cut from that cloth.
Islam, Sister Shishimba Bay.
I'm cut from a cloth that endures over time. When our grandmothers and grandfathers had material that exists to this day that had not been torn and worn. That's the cloth that I'm cut from.
So you listen to grandma and grandfather, huh?
It's a very weak cloth. It can be torn. It can be added to in many different ways, and it has been. Look up your window.
Come on. Wake us up.
Look at our babies.
Selling fentanyl. Popping pills.
And it's okay with them. It's okay.
Homosexuals, lesbians.
Killer drugs. I call them the killer drugs.
That's right. That's what they are.
They're killing our children. They're just using them, eating them like candy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on.
There's so much going on in our communities that we have, and this is a shame what I'm about to say, boys. It is a shame that we have those who will come to the defense of these children that have gone astray. They come to their defense. They're just young. This is their time.
Come on, Grand Sheik. They told me they'd grow out of it.
That's right, boy. They're not going to grow out of that. They're dying.
That's right.
Amongst the huge pile of children of ours that have died, a leader was in the midst.
Say that again, Grand Sheik. They didn't hear it. They didn't hear it.
Read Ecclesiastes, the preacher in the Bible.
That's right.
There's nothing new
Under the sun.
boys. So don't bring me no excuses as to why our children are doing what they're doing. Let's teach them the right way.
That's right.
Let's show them the right way. This is heavy on my heart because this is something that I've been chosen to do. Is teach the little ones. That's what I've been given, boys. I discovered that some time ago. It took me years to discover what Allah has given me. And I had to go through hell and high water to begin to understand what it was that I have been given. The old folks say, be careful what you ask for.
That's right.
You get it.
That's right.
And that's what I did. I asked for Allah to bring me the little ones because I saw that they were in a terrible condition because I myself had come out of a terrible condition.
Mm-hmm.
Found myself in prison for the last time. And I did not like it. I did not like it at all. And in my heart, after being introduced to the Holy Quran, Circle 7, in my heart, I grew a desire to not want to see any young men that I encountered in the position that I had found myself in.
Praise Allah. Allahu Akbar.
That is why I'm in that gym every day, working with those young men. They don't only need boxing, they need these lessons. Islam. And had to feed them the words of this Holy Quran,
That's right.
and they'll shut their mouths.
That's right.
These words
That's right.
have power.
Give it to them.
I listen to these young men, they have excuses all the time. I am raising a nation of warriors. Young man, open up your thought processes and understand what it is that you're doing.
Listen. Listen.
Young woman, open up your thought processes and understand what it is that you're doing.
Listen. You gotta listen.
The book of James. Let he who hath an ear hear.
That's right.
Those few words are very powerful words. Brother Arnel Bay demonstrated. Listen. Listen. And let these words resonate off your temple into your heart of your mind.
That's right,
You
Mo.
begin
Teach.
to understand what it is that Allah wants from us.
Teach, Grand Sheik.
He wants us to be better. He wants us to live better lives. When man looks into the face of man, he looks into the face of Allah.
That's the lesson.
Who
Come
lives
on.
within. Allah lives within, Moors.
That's right.
And you have to learn.
No Sky Daddy. No Sky Daddy. Come on with it.
When you meditate, you reach the throne of Allah. This is a very powerful lesson. You must learn that it is up to you, your own self, to seek Allah on the throne of your heart and let Allah rest there, and thereby you become constant. You literally conquer in constancy. This is what we must do, Lord. And I use Brother A. Griffin here all the time because I hear in that brother the constancy. I hear it.
That's right.
That's right. The brother is constant. You can hear inconstancy in the voice of anyone. When someone has a desire to make a change in themselves, that desire goes outward to want to have a desire to change the hearts and minds of everyone they come into contact with. No one is exempt from spiritual. This is what Jesus was doing when they found him. He was building dwellings for the sons of men. We have to do likewise. He had the tools that was building on us. He had the tools that he was using to build dwellings for the sons of men. He was making preparations, Lord. So we have to do the same. Make preparations for our children.
That's right.
And then go after them. To not do so is error. When we are told by the lessons to teach these lessons to our little ones. Not to be afraid of them, but to teach them these lessons.
That's right. That's right.
This is how we're going to build our nation, Moors. This is how it's going to be done. It's through the little ones. And it's a shame that we've lost many leaders ripped off, destroyed
Come on.
by everything.
Come on. That's right.
Somewhere more, we're going to have to take a stand and begin to prepare a way for leadership of Moorish-Zion Temple of America through the mind of a young person.
Come on.
Because we're not going to be here forever.
That's right. That's right.
So we have to learn to teach these lessons to our little ones so they can go ahead on and grow this thing. Get this thing off the ground. Like I always say this, Morris, but you may not like it, but we may not see this in our time.
That's right. That's right. It might be 100 years from now. That's right.
So let us prepare the way and keep the blueprint alive, so that when no more step in there, they're going to do it the right way, because there's truth and falsehood strangely mixed in everything. I'm going to say this one last thing and I'm going to yield. Samson was drawn off. He had a mission. He was sent on a mission. But Samson was drawn off because his nature urges him to inconstancy. He didn't remain constant in his mission, but was drawn off by the beautiful luster of a harlot named Delilah.
Ooh-wee.
He failed his mission. Samson failed his mission because he was drawn off to that beautiful portion I read to you moments ago. Do not let the harlot tempt you to her delights. It's a very important chapter to understand there. Very important chapter, Morris, because there's a twofold measure there, as I demonstrated. Nature is a woman. Why do we know this? Because woman gives birth. By the sweet breath of Allah, she gives birth. She gives birth to everything in it. Or shall I say in her? Islam?
Islam, I hear the science.
Islam.
In her. In
so you
her.
can be drawn off. Listen to me very carefully. You can be drawn off physically by a Delilah. A beautiful form of a
That's right. That's right.
then you can be drawn off by Mother Nature when you decide to access in her delights. Islam?
Islam.
So at verse 19, the prudence of her management is an honor to her husband. He bears her prey with his secret delights. That's chapter 21, Morris. Marriage instruction for man and wife from the noble prophet. Meditate on that. Peace and love, Morris. I yield the floor back over to our chairman at Sunday school, Morris. Islam. Magic Brian Sheik, Islam.
Well said. Praise Allah. Islam.
Then they're going Harley. Islam. At this time now, I'm going to yield the floor. Sunday school instructor and penitent faith, but I think Grand Government has a blessing that she want to demonstrate first. Islam, I yield the floor.
Boy, y'all on fire. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. First I rise, giving all perfect praises to our Father God Allah. Honors to His holy divine prophet, Noble Charlie, and give honors to everything our brother chairman is giving honors to. I give honors to everything that is Moorish. I give honors to all of the ills and babes who will their ways to our Father God Allah. I give honors to each and every one of you who made your Sunday school meeting on today. I give honors to all past, present, and
That's Sister
future
Shashamba
members,
Bay. I know you.
official staff, and supporters of Moorish
Hearts,
Temple
hearts.
of America. I give honors to my ancestors. I give honors to my parents. I give honors to my husband, Brother Richard Neal Bay. Islam Wars. Today
Islam.
is
Praise Allah.
March 31st, 2024. Grand Sheik, that was a grand measure. Islam. I'm gonna go real quickly. In the past, Islam. In the past, we went through some of the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, but I didn't hear the actual time. I didn't hear the actual time of the declaration. So we want to always make sure that the Moors have this information. So if they ever have to bring the information forward, they're not lost. Right? So everybody should take out their pens and their pads and their paper and their pencils, their tablets, computers, smart devices, whatever it is that you need to jot down these notes. Islam.
Islam, that's right. That's right.
Share my screen with the Muslims.
When you share your screen, that brings in a lot of people. They be trying to be nosy. They want to see what you know. Islam.
Islam, praise Allah. Our brother Chairman was talking about Simon and Cyrene, Islam. But I'm going to talk a little bit about another Simon, Islam.
Another one.
Islam, because we want to always be in context of the letter of the word. A lot of times we can, as the elders to say, science it up.
That's right, science it up. More science. Yep. And
not Islamism. Islam. So we want to come with sources. You know, that's what we do over here. We source up. We not just
source up. That's right.
You know, because if the prophet said it, then it is truth. It is factual, and we should always be able to go in the halls of time.
That's right.
To verify what he said. Islam. He said, investigate I, the prophet.
That's right. Trace yourself back.
So, and indeed, in Matthew, verse 16 and 17, it talked about a brother by the name of Simon Bar Jonah. Simon Bar Jonah. Does anyone know what bar means?
Uh-oh. You did say you was going to get us to the Moors. Come on, all my my great thinkers, freedom fighters.
British accreditation registered, huh?
Okay, so that the bar does mean that. What else does bar mean in the context of Simon Bar Jonah?
Son of.
Not you, you're cheating. It means son. Son of.
Said Florida Moors got to stand down. You can't be cheating.
Son of. That's what bar means. So Simon was the son of Jonah. And we all remember the story of Jonah, right? Islam?
Islam.
Okay.
Now they don't know their Bible. They don't threw their Bible away.
Well, Islam. Well, the textual context says he was swallowed by a large fish. We just always go in to assume that it was a whale.
It's a whale. Islam. And Grand Sheik will teach us and always remind us that being swallowed up by a large fish would mean that he was swallowed up by a governing body, a government.
I agree. 100.
Not a physical fish.
Woo-wee. I don't care how
It's
big that fish
allegory.
is. That's right. Come on, wake us up.
Islam.
Islam. And so, Simon, being the son of Jonah, and Jesus said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven." So when he was asking him questions, Jesus said to him, you didn't get this from the word on the street. It was Yahweh himself that revealed this to you, Simon Bar Jonah, son of Jonah.
Islam.
So I want to go into, because Jesus also at that time, they called him rabbi.
That's right. Many titles.
So
Many titles.
Because I'm staying in the context, I want to go into another figure in history that at that time was said to have been and lived out the same things that Jesus lived out.
Islam. Wake us up.
His name is Rabbi Akiva.
Uh-oh.
Rabbi
Uh-oh.
No, babe, you acting like you know this.
Yeah. I'll be quiet.
Neil Bay gonna give it all away, y'all.
I'll be quiet.
I just put the AI to work.
Can you give us the year? Islam, praise be to Allah, honest to his prophet. Can you give us the year of his birthright? Oh, okay, Islam.
I'm in it. It's AI gave it to
Yeah. Yeah.
But AI gave Islam.
Islam.
Rabbi Akiva, also known as Akiva ben Joseph. Does anyone know what Ben Joseph means? Or Ben Yosef?
Son of. Son of.
Yosef.
Just like Maryam. Jesus is the son of. Son of back then. Tribe up.
So Bar and Ben are the same. It's synonymous. It's the same thing. All right. So we have Akiva ben Yosef was a leading Jewish scholar and sage during the late 1st century and the beginning of the 2nd century CE. His contributions to Jewish tradition and scholarship left an incredible mark on subsequent generations. Early years, Akiva was born around 50 CE in the Judea part of the Roman Empire.
Tie in with our Moorish lessons, Moorish. Yeah.
His humble origins led him to work as an uneducated.
Sound like he was trying to be Jesus who come again.
He married the daughter of Ben Kaba Sabu, son Kaba Sabu, a wealthy citizen of Jerusalem.
It takes finance to do what you got to do now. Don't sleep on them.
Who noticed Akiva's modesty and character traits. Akiva's wife, Rachel, stood by him during his late initiation.
Stop. How he end up with a Rachel? How did he end up with a Rachel? Come on now. You teaching.
She stood by him in his late initiation into rabbinic studies when he was already 40 years old. His journey into Torah study began at the Academy of Law, where he learned from Eliezer ben Hyrcanus. His first.
That's right.
Akiva also studied under Joshua ben Hannah and Nachum ish.
Islam, can I add? All these names that you see, brothers and sisters, are heavy, intelligent names in the Jewish customs. Islam.
Man, that's right. And not only are they intelligent names, right? But they are also names that we are familiar with.
In other ways, yep.
And we've been
Sleep.
learning these names, and we've seen these names time and time again throughout the divine instructions of the Old Prophet.
Come on.
Throughout what they call the basic instructions before leaving Earth.
That's right.
Right? And many, and even Quran, and many of the other holy texts, Islam. Many of the other holy books. So we look at these names and we say, hold on, we see this name and that name and that name and that name. And it's all around the same time period of the life of Jesus.
Islam. Jesus means justice.
It says, his dedication to Torah led him to become one of the greatest sages of his time. Then they call Jesus a sage.
That's right. Islam.
So Akiva significantly influenced the Mishnah and Midrash. He is referred to in the Talmud as Rosh Hakhamim, chief of the sages.
Chief.
The word chief.
These ain't no light words now. Not light words at all.
Chief of the sages.
Chief minister?
His teachings emphasize love for fellow humans, encapsulated in the phrase, love your fellow as yourself.
Come on, wake us up. That's right. Islam.
Akiva's scholarship and devotion to Torah were fueled by the self-sacrificial love of his wife Rachel. Despite humble beginnings, he became a central figure in Jewish tradition and left an enduring impact on Talmudic literature. Islam. You know, I'm gonna put these links in the chat for all of y'all. So, more can go and study on your own when you want to. Islam. Now I'm gonna go back to 75. Key 75, and I'm gonna end on 79. Islam. 75 says, what was the answer that the lower self gave to the higher self? I'm going to and fro
Where are you
He
going
going
to,
to and fro
Satan?
the earth seeking whom may devour.
That's right.
Has he finished his task of devouring? Yes. When was his time declared out? When he nailed Jesus to the cross. What were the last words Jesus uttered? It is finished. What did he have reference to? He had reference to the end of Satan. Islam.
Islam.
So we're gonna get into the actual declaration. We're gonna get into the actual declaration, because if you have a declaration in history, then we should all be able to go and see this declaration. That's the issue with a lot of the story behind Jesus, because remember, Jesus, son of Mary, is his holy name. I'm gonna say it again. Son of Mary is his holy name. Islam. And that was, remember, that was Jabril who gave him that holy name.
That's right.
Islam.
Islam, you teaching?
Correct. So, when we're talking about Jesus, son of Mary, or we're talking about Akiva ben Yosef, there's no way that you got the same personification of someone in the same area during the same time period and it not be the same person. It's kind of like, y'all seen this new movie that came out called The Book of Clarence?
I heard it's about the 5% nation. Is that true?
No, The Book of Clarence is Clarence doing all these miracles just like Jesus.
Oh, the
And,
Nation of Islam. I mean, the Nation of God's Earth made it like it was Clarence 13X.
Oh, wow. Well, of course, because of the name. But
Okay.
the story was, the black background of the story is demonstrating the character Clarence doing the same rituals that they call miracles that Jesus performed, and how he galvanized a group of people and friends or disciples that called him Rabbi. So it's similar to the story.
Come on, you waking us up. You waking us up.
Jesus, son of Mary, and Rabbi Akiva ben Yosef.
Islam.
It is very, very similar to each of those stories.
Come on, give it to us.
So when we get into Islam,
I'm outside
when we get
with it.
into
I'm outside
the
with it.
declaration,
If y'all can't see the
right?
camera or something.
Get into the declaration. There was someone by the name of Quintus Rufus.
Who?
Quintus Rufus. Now we know Rufus. That had to have been a brother, y'all.
Out of Mississippi.
Who
Mississippi.
do you know?
Cousin Rufus from Mississippi. What you talking about?
Who do we know with the name Rufus?
Every family has a cousin Rufus or an uncle Rufus. Yeah. Mississippi, Alabama, somewhere down up in there.
Yes,
You hear me now?
It's wrong. That's right. Now this says that a few years after he stepped down from consulship, Rufus was appointed consular legate of Judea. So we're talking about the same place. Islam? during which time he is said to have ordered the execution of the Jewish leader, Rabbi Akiva, in Caesarea.
That's a foreign language.
My Umar Johnson voice.
That sounded kind of foreign to
Don't
me.
you find
Say that
it
again.
suspicious?
Got it.
You hear the brother Chairman? He said, "My golly." My golly.
So, Quintus Rufus, a Roman senator and provincial governor during the Roman Empire, played a significant role in the early uprising
Islam,
phase
Islam, I
of
see
Jews
you.
under Simon Bar, Kahaba, and Eleazar.
Y'all like that chicken?
His actions provoked the revolt, and he is known in rabbinic literature as the wicked. They call Quintus Rufus the wicked.
Cousin Rufus was the wicked? Why was he the wicked? Oh, no, not Cousin Rufus wicked.
Said during his tenure as consular legate of Judea, Rufus is said to have ordered the execution of the esteemed Jewish leader, Rabbi Akiva, in Caesarea.
I bet you that was over a woman.
Ooh.
You know, it was over a woman. Money, power, and respect. Let's not go to sleep. Money, power, and respect. You know what it is. Cousin Rufus, look at you.
Islam. It wasn't, didn't Elihu say to Mary and Elizabeth that they may esteem themselves?
Twice blessed. That's right. 3 times blessed. That's right. 3 times blessed.
And here it is, they're calling Rabbi Akiva the esteemed Jewish leader, Rabbi Akiva in Caesarea. Rabbi Akiva, a revered sage, suffered martyrdom.
Islam. Can we?
Islam. Go ahead.
Can we put in there also that those, even though they're sharing with you a pale image of this brother?
I already got it.
Okay. Because we got to remember that was the land of the Moors. That's right, the white, the land of the Moors. Now, man, the Moors is running things over there. Islam. Let's get into it.
So I got you.
That's the wife. Take unto thyself a wife and be a faithful member of society. Yeah. Islam.
Says that due to his transgression of Hadrian's edicts against the practice and teaching of the Jewish religion.
They breaking you up. They broke you up. They broke you up so we couldn't hear it. They broke you up so we couldn't hear it.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you good.
Let's do this. I'm gonna switch my
Yeah, they broke you up real good. They didn't want you to get that out. Whatever you was just reading, they said, He was mystical too, y'all. He was a mystical brother as well. That's why we know this is a brother. All his attributes let you know, brother.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you well.
All right. Okay, so it says Rabbi Akiva, a revered sage, suffered martyrdom due to his transgression of Hadrian's edicts against the practice and teaching of the Jewish religion. Interestingly, there is a recorded conversation between Rabbi Akiva and Tinius Rufus. Rufus asks, which is more beautiful, God's work or man's? Rabbi Akiva replied, undoubtedly, man's work is better. For while nature at God's command supplies us only with the raw material, human skill enables us to elaborate the same according to the requirements of art and good taste. Rufus then posed another question. Why was God not made man just as he wanted him to be? Rabbi Akiva responded, for the very reason the duty of man is to perfect himself.
That's the
Come on,
lesson.
y'all. This is the lesson.
That's right. Saul Noble Drew Ali come to tell us we got to perfect ourselves. Islam. In a mystical way.
It says Quintus Tinius Rufus' legacy is intertwined with this historical clash between Roman authority and Jewish resistance, leaving an incredible mark on the annals of history. Come on, y'all.
You waking us up.
This is all non-divine instructions for the Holy Prophet.
Truth don't change nor pass away. Say the truth is always here. The truth is always here.
Here is one of the depictions of Rabbi Akiva as Brother Neil Bay asks for a picture. Can we get a picture? I already had it ready.
She was already ready. Islam. Praise Allah.
Pictures of him. Islam. Praise Allah. Then they say in the book of Revelations, they said that his hair was white, like wool.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That his skin was like brass.
Uh-oh.
Islam.
That's what the book of Revelations and Daniel say. That's right. Daniel and Revelation. Old Testament and New Testament.
Islam. I'm gonna put these links in the chat for you all too. All right. Now, it said that he was in Caesarea, right?
That's right.
So all this was going down
That's right.
in Caesarea. Now, Caesarea, as I've pointed out previously, Caesarea is in Mauritania. Also known as Caesarea Mauritania, was a Roman colony situated in Roman Berber, North Africa. It served as the capital of Mauritania, Caesareanists, and is now known as Shirshel, located in modern-day Algeria. Islam. It says in antiquity to 3rd century AD, Phoenicians from Carthage founded a settlement around 400 BC on the northeastern coast of Africa. Think about the northeastern coast of
Islam.
Northeastern coast.
Come on now, put on your thinking caps. Put on your thinking caps.
Approximately 100 kilometers west of present-day Algiers. This city was initially named Lo or Joel. It served as ancient, much
And
like
we know the Moors were into trading.
trading post,
Come on.
which later on became a colony, which later became a state. Listen, listen, listen,
Listen.
all right? Listen. Now, anyone recalls what Mr. Stevens said about the Mauritanian racists and his Indian associates?
I know somebody know.
Mexico property belongs to.
The brother chairman. Allahu Akbar.
He said, well, Mexico properly belongs to.
See why the Prophet wanted us to go to Mexico, right? To old Mexico. Islam.
Mr. Stevens of Georgia. Pull this up.
The Mexican War. Ooh, this is something real old. Remind me of the Silent Wars. Silent Wars, the Mexican Wars, American Wars. Woo!
Somewhere down here in this location. Islam, here we go. All right, age 14. It says the stupendous deserts between the Natchez and the Bravo, Rio Grande or Del Norte rivers are the natural boundaries between the Anglo-Saxon and the Mauritanian races. The natural boundaries between the Anglo-Saxon and the Mauritanian races. There ends the Valley of the West. There Mexico begins. Thence beyond the Bravo begin the Moorish people and their Indian associates to whom Mexico
Come on, wake up, people. Wake up.
belongs. Thence beyond the Bravo begin the Moorish people and their Indian associates to whom Mexico properly belongs.
Islam.
So
That's our area, Moors. Let's go get our area. Let's go.
we know now where Mauritania is located, right? We also know that Rabbi Akiva was a martyr in Caesarea, where the declaration was made by Rufus to crucify him.
Cousin Rufus. Islam.
We also know that the original name of New Jersey was Nova Caesarea, New Caesarea, which means new management. Because this again is in Mauritania, right?
Islam.
And he said that Caesarea was in north, on the shores of North Mexico, right? So where's New Jersey? Isn't New Jersey on the shores of North Mexico? Islam says it is believed by the British that the Isles of Jersey is actually named as Caesar during the Roman times, which was common practice back then, and was known as Caesarea Insula, island of Caesar. It is believed that through the years, the spelling and pronunciation had been anglicized until it became Jersey. It says this Latin name has been used since the 16th century. It was inspired by the Isles of Jersey, which is located off the coast of France in the English Channel and is a part of England. Now, we know that England is a new place. Same thing as France. These are new. These are like the Johnny come late.
Mm-hmm.
Islam.
Islam.
We also know that this is not made up, right? We do have proof of what they call the Jersey Coppers. Right? Remember the Jersey Coppers? Islam.
Wake us up. Wake us up. We going to sleep.
Right, we remember these Jersey Coppers, right? This was the money that was utilized in Caesarea, in Mauritania. Islam.
Islam.
Let's see here. Now Rufus wrote a book. He authored a book. All right. Rufus authored.
Cousin Rufus wrote a book?
Oh yeah. Rufus wrote a book titled "The History of Alexander the Great."
Oh, he must have been going in on him.
Rufus wrote a book
Ooh-wee.
titled "The History of Alexander the Great." All right, this is the book right here. I'm gonna put the link of the book in the chat for y'all. Brother, you said what text is this again? Which text are you questioning? Brother?
Yeah, he was talking about the book you put up, Empress.
Are you talking about
The last book you shared.
oh, you talking about Mr. Stevens?
Uh-huh.
You talking about Mr. Stevens? That book is in the Book Nook. It is from the one from the screen now, or
No, you talking about before this, Mr. Stevens.
Mr. Stevens, that's in the Book Nook. Mr. Stevens in Georgia, and it was on the topic. It was a Senate hearing. It was on the topic of the Mexican-American War. Okay. Islam. Now, Rufus wrote a book about Alexander the Great, right?
Okay.
Now, this is the original cover. Well, this is the original picture inside the book. I'll blow it up for y'all so y'all can see.
Yeah.
Right, this is the original picture. Right, and now him with this horse and this man on the horse is also a representation of a imaginary story that they called Saint George conquering the dragon.
That's what it looked like he getting. It looked like he's saying to me, right? Islam. He got an angel up top. I take that as being an angel, right? And he's at war, and he's saying that he's going to trample them underneath. Yep.
He's conquering.
That's what I get from it. It's truly what I get from it. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind.
Conquering the dragon.
Yep.
Now, before we get into that, this right here, y'all go get your favorite horror scholars. Go ahead and invite them to the party. This this section right here. Has anyone ever seen this section right here?
Never. Look like old boy is down on the ground, was fighting back for his life though. He had one leg up.
Right, but I'm talking about the section that I just sectioned.
Oh no, never.
Ever seen this right here?
Never.
This section.
Never. Never.
Sure about that?
Wake us up. Wake us up.
All right.
Because I'm standing on never. Unless it's in another form or fashion. It's wrong. The chairman said nay.
Okay, so we see the sails for the ship, right?
Okay. I'm with you.
The helmet with, hold on, let me blow it back up. You see the helmet with feathers on it, right?
Okay.
We see some more sails of the ship. We see breastplate, right? You see the breastplate right here?
Yep.
Islam. All right. This is it right here. A couple years ago.
Oh. Government.
This we will defend. The Department of the Army. United States of America. What?
Wow.
Department of the Army.
So he was a prophet. He prophesied.
I mean, why would the Department of the Army of the United States of America utilize the same signs and symbols that we see on a book cover about Alexander the Great?
Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. They need to still that energy, that spirit.
I mean, if this ain't Mauritania, this ain't, Rabbi Akiva was martyred in Nova Caesarea. Ain't that where Prophet Noble Drew Ali established Moorish Science Temple of America in Newark, New Jersey?
Come on, wake us up. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. They don't know.
This will defend. See, I keep trying to remind us and wake us up and reveal to us and let us know that it all started here. Every time when they're talking about
Facts. Come on. Come on.
and they're talking about the Phoenicians and the Sumerians,
The land of milk and honey. Come on. Come on.
Atlantis, and it's all here. America is the true world.
Islam. That's the secret.
That's the secret.
That's the Masonic secret.
And it's about us.
Come on.
I'm gonna show you how much of it is about us, right? Now we see that it's the depiction of the fez, right? Or the helmet with the feathers on it. At the same time, you know what? Let me put this in the chat for y'all so y'all can get this work. What is what they saying over there on Facebook, Mailbag?
I have to go check it out.
They're saying in the chat over there on Facebook.
I think you waking them up. You waking everybody up. Ain't nobody had this type of information before. You waking them up.
Now I said this was also the same depiction of St. George conquering the dragon, right? The depiction of Caesar. Alexander the Great. Let me go back to it.
Take your time. Take your time. YouTube rocking with you. The hour with us, Moors.
Oh man, come on, Bing. Bing ain't like Google. Bing is Bing a little different.
Bing ain't gonna let you get all that like that.
Well, Bing got the I like Bing because Bing is gonna give you the AI, and Google is gonna come up quicker. All right, here's a visionary of it. It's a visionary of this is one of the statues.
You notice he got his head covered?
Oh yeah, his head covered, and then he also has
Feathers.
This is also feathers on it.
Signs and symbols for the conscious minds.
You got the so-called dragon that he is conquering, right? Now, I'm going to show you another depiction of it. There's another depiction of Saint George conquering the dragon.
See, she teaching me something today, Moors. I didn't know nothing about no cousin Rufus, no George, none of this. No. But I know it's also dealing with us conquering the devil, the dragon inside of self.
Islam. Now, look at these feathers. Where you think he getting these feathers from, y'all? What kind of feathers are these?
That's what we do here in America. Yeah.
Like some big ostrich feathers, don't they? I mean, where you getting ostrich feathers from, George?
If he had to go out and kill it, he gonna go and kill it.
Where you getting ostrich feathers from if you ain't getting it from America? Islam?
Say that part again.
Where you getting ostrich feathers from if you ain't getting it from America?
Islam, that's right.
Now, when I saw these ostrich feathers, it took me back to my very first lecture that I taught in June of 2014.
Now let me come behind you. You got me back on Betty Wright when she said my very first time.
Oh, this is Sunday school.
Yeah, we still in Sunday school.
Oh man, somebody put this more time out.
She sounded like an old head. Come on, Rice Bay, where you at? Grand Sheik? My very first time. Yeah, that's what I heard. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ramadan Mubarak, y'all.
So the cover the of my flyer, I had used the cover of a book. I used the cover of a book, and the title of the book was by Ogilvy.
That looked like a good book.
America.
Man, they fighting and everything.
America. All right. And I remember when I saw these feathers, I remember in this book, this picture right here. I remember these feathers. I remember these feathers on these two brothers right here in the book. Says he wears on her head, and if he chances to hit it, he gives her his benediction by licking certain parts of her body from
Freaky deaky.
to receive long life. So soon as the woman is gotten with child by her husband, she lies no more with him, but he is permitted to enjoy his other wives.
Freaks.
Is either more or less according to everyone's pleasure. The woman after delivery eats her after birth. Adultery
No, and no.
Yeah, we don't do that. Adultery is free for men, but if women be taken in the act, they are immediately put to death.
No, and no.
Sowing and planting, the king calls all his people and subjects together and appears to them hung round with garlands, and all of them have their bodies painted and stuck full of divers colored feathers.
Empress, I bet you their bodies was painted dark colors.
Well, that's the interpretation.
I bet you it was dark colors. Even if they were red, or if they had some color to them, I guarantee you, they was using that war paint. Call it war paint.
Islam, yeah, it was tatted up.
That too, yeah, tatted up. Keeping the ancient ones with them at all times.
Here they are with the feathers. These are the same feathers that we see St. George with, right? The same feathers that we see here in this depiction.
Signs and symbols are for the conscious minds. That's right.
Same feathers that we see here.
Energy.
In this depiction. That's right. The same feathers that we see here in this depiction. It's the same thing. Now, what we also see is with these right here, this depiction right here, we also seen it in what is called the personification of America. It's right here too. It's right here too.
You got a lot of heat down there. She got a lot of heat. Y'all see that heat? Ooh-wee.
Right? We see the feathers, we see the flags. Now right here we see another flag with, we see on the top of this flag, right? We also see also see this symbolism. Right? Where is the crescent moon and star? Right?
Ain't got nothing to do with no Saudi Arabia. Crescent the moon and star right here in America. Noble Drew Ali told us this. Better wake up.
Now, at one point in time,
Talk about that 6 point.
This red flag
Uh-huh.
was a flag of Morocco.
Uh-huh.
It was one of the flags of Morocco. We also have this crescent moon and star with what on it? Byzantine.
And we know Noble Drew Ali spoke against that whole government.
53 Byzantine. Now, why would this same crescent moon and star be on this personification of America on this flag, on this Moroccan flag, on this Moorish flag?
And it's 2 flags, you said, not just one flag. If that's not us Moorish American Muslims, I don't know who it is.
What they saying over in Facebook, Neil Bay?
Thank you for sharing the information about Native American and so-called blacks.
Islam.
And Brother Elwood said they better ask about the Moorish Science Temple of America, Temple number 2.
Islam. Now, this original depiction of where they getting this whole Saint George, right, in this folklore, this fable of Saint George conquering the dragon, it was only for a time that Satan was let loose so that he can devour, right?
That's right.
Because the original is going to go back to this right here, y'all. It's going back to this. See, this is the lion and the lamb together peacefully.
This is old America, right?
This is America. This is old, ancient America. See, when the lion and the lamb is laying peacefully together, you don't have to subdue and conquer the dragon. See, this is what we're going back to, this right here.
Yeah, I see him trying to put that cross up in the back. There was a lot going on in the back. He was trying to give them gold. Look, here go gold. The sister and the brother giving out gold.
Islam, because we never had to conquer the dragon. We already knew that the dragon was only going to be unleashed for a period of time. So now that we are in the age that's called the age of Aquarius, all of these things are now being revealed to us. It's no longer a secret to the world. That's why you see so many of us waking up, so many of us remembering what Grandma said, who we were, who we are, without a doubt, a contradiction, being that no man.
Grandma said. Grandma said. That's a new song, y'all.
Not only do we see America, right, and the depiction of America is the woman sitting here on the so-called dragon, not conquering the dragon.
Yeah, she got
because
that
she don't have
subdued.
to conquer the dragon.
Subdued is the term that Prophet Noble Ali used. Subdued that demonstration.
Islam, yes, we ain't gotta conquer the dragon.
Islam. That's right.
Not only do we see America in this depiction, but we also see America. She's holding
good.
Corporconia.
Yeah, good things. That's right.
Now they said that a Corporconia, it comes from another Greek folklore fable. I'm not gonna get into that today.
But what they doing in the back? You see, Empress. Empress. What is the Europeans doing in the back though? They look like they naked, like they got their hand out to catch something. What's going on? Yet on the other side they putting up the cross, but over here look like it's beast, like they're in beast mode. You see that in the back?
Yeah, those are the ones that was brought over here to work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Islam.
The Slavic ones.
That everybody keep talking about the so-called slaves, right?
No, these are the slaves. These ones right here, the naked. These are the slaves.
Make no mistake about it.
Make no mistake about it. These are definitely the Slavic ones. So with that being said, Morris, that's my time today. I'm going to yield now over to our Sunday school teacher. I enjoyed you all. Ramadan Mubarak. All those
Ramadan Kareem.
Practicing and
Allahu
observing
Akbar.
the month of Ramadan.
Ameen. Islam. Beautiful. Is somebody saying something? Oh, that's the Sunday school teacher. He ready.
I give praise to Allah, honor to His Holy Prophet Noble Ali. I give a special honor to the Grand Governor, Sheikh K. Lovely, for the demonstration she just taught us. She always coming with stuff, that, information we need. This is in the more side simple America.
Yeah, you gave him that, Empress.
All I want to read is the title. It says, Education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zone Egypt. Now with that, I got a question for everybody in the Sunday school. My question is, why did Elihu and Salome not directly teach Jesus and John themselves? Why did they feel that it was important to teach these lessons to Mary and Elizabeth? Why was that important?
Islam. Can I grab that?
Hey, anybody but a dead body.
One of the non-seasoned wars to grab it first, brother.
Well, Brother E-Rice Bay gave it to him already. Islam. Islam, Grand Governors.
I think he wanted their mothers to be taught because mothers are the first teachers and the nurturers. So they had to know what their sons was up against so they can teach them the right things so that they can grasp it and step into their profitability.
Fire!
Islam. So I have a question. Is it the natural order of things that mothers be the first teachers?
Ooh-wee, I like this Sunday school teacher. Come on with it.
It is from birth. A mother nurturing you from her breast, giving you the nutrients you need. even during birth, a mother is nurturing you through the umbilical cord, giving you the proper things you need. And it is said if you play music and talk to your child while in a room, they remember those voices and it creates bonds. So I will say it is.
It's Islam. Can I answer it in the ratchet way? Islam. Tupac taught me we got our name from our woman, we got our game from a woman. Islam. Then I took it back to the Moorish Science Temple of America and found out that the Prophet said, yeah, it should be the woman who teach you first. Your mother should teach you first. That's right. Come on with it. Islam.
It was the sisters who created this Sunday school, what?
Come on. Come on. They don't know the right hand of the prophet, Mo.
Okay, but why? Okay, now, because this is science to this. I want to know why is it the natural order of things that the woman leads the first teacher?
Hey, can I get some of this? I know my sister K Bay gonna grab it too. But let's look at it. When I was in prison, I can remember 2 brothers riding my time out with me, but I had many letters coming from aunties, cousins, women friends, etc., etc., etc. And it made me go back to think about Jesus, right? In the Bible. You know, you don't heard this story before. Everybody left him besides the women. The women was right there, on point, guarding his body, watching over him at all times, at all costs. So then I got the lesson. The lesson is the woman. The woman is the closest thing to God. Oh man, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna give away something. The woman is God. Islam.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you clear, sis.
And you got to think about it too. If you look on the front of the questionnaire, what we're going through right now, it's the woman that the prophet took out of the water.
Out of the cares of the world. That's right.
He took her out of the water. He took her out of the cares of the world because he knew.
That's right.
In order for this movement to keep on going, he had to save the woman because the woman is the nurturer and she is the bring up to the man. So if you got a weak woman, if your woman not no good, your nation not no good. She gonna bear bad.
Ooh-wee.
That's right. You know, the prophet Abraham, when he visited Ishmael, when he first went to go get his son, you know, Ishmael helped the prophet Abraham to build the first mob. So when he went to go visit his son, he left a message to his son through his son's wife. And he told her to tell his son that his wife was the threshold to his house.
Islam.
Take that into consideration.
That's right.
Right?
Are you teaching?
Now, it's a science to this. The natural order of things, see, men, the polarity of a man is to push. So like the Sheik just said, he had brothers who rode the demonstration out with him, but he had letters, many letters that came from many women. Now, I got a question for you, Sheik.
Yes, sir.
What did those letters do to you?
Made me want to stay motivated and keep going
Right.
and make sure I make it home.
Because see, men push, but women pull.
Islam.
Those letters, the women was able to impart their nature in those letters and to make you want to be the best you, the version that was on the inside. All right? See, the title is The Education of Mary and Elizabeth. And remember that the root word to education is educe. And to educe means to bring out what's in. And this is what mothers do to their children. So even though these two little boys, they were born with prophethood ahead of them. But the mothers, Mary and Elizabeth, had to bring that out of them. That's why Elihu and Salome, they communicated to the mother to teach their son, to
That's
they
right.
had to bring what was in out. So when the prophet goes into the cares of the world and he comes out with a woman, trust and believe, it was many men in the cares of the world too. But he knew
Come
the
on,
truth
come on,
about
come
man.
on. That's right.
The truth about man is man gonna follow that woman. Wherever that woman go, man is gonna follow. If right now today, every good sister in America decided to not deal with no more lanes,
No more lanes?
65 days if we won't have no more lanes left. Men gonna step up and be men.
Come on.
But as long as the sisters,
So that's cold.
then the lane ain't got no reason, he ain't got no motivation to change.
That's right.
I'm calling on all of the sisters in the Moore Scientific of America to help us, the vanguard of the Moore Scientific of America, by being yourself, to help us to bring in a higher quality of Moorish American men, so that we can make this here organization stronger.
Oh, you teaching. You teaching.
Is to shut your doors on the goofies. Stop letting the goofies in. Stop letting them in, because I'm tired of them. I ain't gonna front. I love what I do. I love teaching more science. I love it. But I ain't gonna front. You know how it is, see. All the sheets on the call and the sheetresses on the call. Y'all know how it is. You know, we be smiling at more and we be imparting upon them everything that Allah done gave us. But deep down inside, we be saying, place I supposed to smack. Islam. So we're going to get into our Sunday school lesson now. The Sunday school lesson for the day we left off at Key 86, Negro, the name given to a river in West Africa by Moors because it contained black water. And I didn't really want to get into, you know, the in-depth discussion about the Negro River in Argentina. You know, that I wanted to just impart the importance, you know, the important fact that there is nothing that you would do with some black water. You're not going to drink it.
Can't drink it. That's right. That's right.
You're not going to do nothing with it. So we're gonna keep that demonstration right there at that basic understanding until next time. We're gonna move on to Key 87. Islam?
Islam.
So Key 87. What is meant by the word black?
Black, according to science, means death.
Black, according to science, means death. Islam. According to more science, what is death? Islam, more science? I asked the question.
Chapter 2, Moors.
What is death?
I know it ain't no enemy to man.
Come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Islam. Ooh-wee.
Death is a friend who, when the work of life is done, it cuts the cord that binds us.
That's right. That's right.
It's a
Praise
friend.
Allah. Allah
So the
Akbar.
Prophet of Ali said that black, according to science, now the most important science to a Moor scientist is Moor science. All right. So what does that mean? Looking at it from that perspective, to the Moorish American Muslims on this call right now, and the Moors listening, and everybody who listening, if you're on Facebook and you listening right now, put in the comments. I want to know, what does this mean to you? What do you benefit from knowing this?
Come on. Come on. Come on. Self-awareness.
I'm finna start calling no more.
Self-determination.
I know for me, it means black according to science means death. And if we talk about more science, that means if you ain't in your prophet house, if you ain't in your temples, if you ain't making your peace, if you ain't perfecting your salvation, you stood as the walking dead.
Walking dead.
Hey, let me add with my sister. Not only are you the walking dead, but some of us would call you the car Jagganoff. Oh, man, look at Jagganoff walking over there.
You know what the car Jagganoff do now? The car
Ooh-wee.
is a body with no soul, a temple with no altar for it.
Ooh-wee.
The car Jagganoff rolls by and it runs over people. So it also leaves death in its wake.
Islam. This brother Wardell here by way of Monroe, North Carolina. Reading this chapter 2.
Islam.
All Moors are Ramadan Mubarak to those that's participating in Ramadan. I almost had a clear awakening with the bell ring. What did Noble Drew Ali say about life? And then to have the definition of death is to be separated. Having the umbilical cord of life being separated. So what was Noble Drew Ali saying about the color black? What were we being separated from?
Negro, black, and color.
Wow.
That's right, sis. That's right. Islam.
Those barriers, right? Stigmatism titles that was given to us, right? So how do I connect that with death? If death represents being separated, the cord of life, actual life of the plane of earth physically, being separated from the physical life on earth. And black meaning death. So with black meaning death, I'm cutting myself off when I gain understanding of Negro, black, and colored. I'm cutting myself off from that entitlement to gain what? Understanding of self. That's what bringing us the true understanding of our nationality. That's what bringing us truth. So that's two bells right there. That's a bell for me. I can only speak for me. That's a bell for me. If death means to be separated from the mortal physical life, with the umbilical cord of life being cut, and black being death, that's a wow. Let me sit back and digest that for a moment. I can only speak for me. Islam.
Islam. When the brother say that, it also just brought to mind to me. He's cutting us away from the ignorance. And when we get into more science, we're not just only dealing with the physical. We're dealing with the spirit and the soul too. So we got to look outside the box. So he getting you away from the ignorance so you can get to your highest plane. And if you can't get that from there, then you ain't doing it right. Because he gave us all the tools we needed to save ourselves.
That's right. That sister on fire.
I want the Moors, everybody. What are some of the things that our Holy Quran say about death? When the word death, when it's in the Quran, what are some of the things that the Quran say about death? Let's get an understanding of death so we can understand black.
Islam, sleep. Islam, long sleep.
Islam. Sleep. What else?
Islam. Lay that flesh down, but that spirit and soul ain't laid down. Just the flesh.
Islam.
Is there death for the soul? We know there's no death for the spirit, right?
There's no death for the human soul.
Oh, okay.
It showed us that.
So the only thing we can lay down is the flesh.
When they killed Jesus, his spirit still rose.
That's right. They couldn't kill it.
It says, in the Quran, it says that the cause of death are always for the best.
For the best. Islam.
Always. Not sometimes.
Hey, look,
Not
Sunday school teacher.
Not in some situations.
Sunday school
They're
teacher.
always for the best.
Hey,
The
you can
Quran says that, yes.
you can tell me that 1,000 times, right? Soon somebody end up getting shot up, murdered. I'm woo, crying like crazy. But it's for the best, Moors. Maybe that person wasn't doing what Allah wanted he or she to do anyway. It's for the best. Why weep? Why cry? It's very hard. But then the prophet say to us, why weepeth when you need not to weep? Islam, in the chapter of weakness.
I was in a situation. Islam.
You on fire.
Islam, you're also dead to the law, and you're not able to use the law according to.
You on fire, sis. Go ahead. Dead to the law. We with you.
You will be whatever the citizens want to treat you with. You're dead to the law. You're out of law.
That's right. You can be molested. That's right.
One thing, see, and that's why it's important for us to get this understanding about death. Because one thing about black, it does not apply to people. It's not a nationality. It's not an ethnic group. It's not a race. There's no human race. There's no portion of the human race that is black. That's not, but black does have a meaning. Now, I was in a situation for many years where I was around a lot of men who were, they were away from their family. And in time, people change form.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Demonstrate the ministry of death over and over and over again. It had become like a ritual for me.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right. That's right.
And I truly accept what I was teaching. See, one thing I used to always tell people when people die, I used to say, listen, Allah is much better company than all of us put together. On my best day, I cannot love you the way that Allah will love you. So that's why it is selfishness that makes men wish to call to earth again departed soul. Because if I know that you done went back to Allah and I want to bring you back here with me, that's selfish. But I would give the same measure over and over again, and I would see men always feel better. And it wasn't just me. I remember one time when I was in prison, they was doing a survey, and they was randomly calling people to the visiting room to speak to these people, right? So this European lady called me up there to the visiting room. I never got a chance to do the survey because when I got up there, I was filling out the paper, and I looked up to her and I said, "What's today's date?" And when she told me the date, she just started crying. Now here it is, I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this doggone European woman crying. These people gonna think I did something to her. That was my first initial feeling, but then automatically I started to feel for the person. So I'm like, what's wrong? Are you all right? And she said she was wiping her eyes and she said, I'm all right, but today is the anniversary of my daughter's death. My daughter died last year on this day. And immediately the ministry of death, I said, listen, miss, people do not die ever. Every single solitary person who we have ever experienced life with, they stay with us. They live through us, but they do not die. So I gave her this and she started to feel better. She started to smile and she left. I asked myself, do I really accept this? And I knew that it was only going to be one way for me to know. My mom, my grandma, my children, somebody that was very, very close to me was going to have to change form, and I was going to have to experience that so I can know if I truly accept the ministry of death. And my grandma and everybody who know me, Neil Bay, K Glover Hill, K Bay, everybody who know me, y'all know that me and Grandma Bay was real close. Since the day I was born, we was real close. When my grandma changed forms, and I found out my grandma changed forms, I didn't feel no loss. I didn't feel no way. All I knew was I didn't have to get on the phone and call and talk to her no more. All I had to do was say what I had to say, and she was going to hear me. So
that's right. Allahu Akbar.
Sometimes a hard pill to swallow. But as Moorish Americans, this is something that we have to embody these lessons. We have to embody them. The Prophet Ali says in the Quran that it is not well to weep because of death, so we got to stop weeping.
Come on.
We got to learn the meaning. What is death in all actuality? So that we can so many responsibilities right now while we living. There's no reason.
Come on now. That's right.
What's gonna happen when we die?
Islam.
Especially when the Prophet Noble Ali said that this is a return to the source from which we came. Man is not the body nor the soul. He's a spirit and a part of Allah. We going back. In the Quran, he say that Allah placed in man what? His root, his spirit. So this is important. Now I want to point out something. I'm not going to really go all into depth on it, but I remember I used to listen. I ain't gonna front. I still have trouble when I see our sisters with these black turbans on. I remember when Caleb Video first became the governess, and she put that doggone black turban on. And I say, sister, what you got black turban on? She said, I became a governess today. I say, Islam. Why?
Look at that face, y'all. Look at that face. Look at that face of that Moor.
Why is it that certain officers in the Moorish Science Temple of America, like our Grand Governor, wear these black faces? Why? What is it? What is it special about these people that they put on these black faces and these black turbans? That's
I would say they're ready for the degree. They're ready to minister, execute, or teach on a degree of death.
That's right. That's right. See, that's what that represents. That represents an understanding, not of just life, but of another chain. Another chain. That's important, more, because this is more science. This is more science. I see a lot of people. You know, we got a lot of Asiatic. You know, they call themselves black. And you know, a lot of more, they be like, oh man, them ones they call themselves black. I don't want to be bothered with them. I don't want to do this. But we don't have nothing recorded anywhere where the
Come on.
behave like this with his people.
That's right.
So if the prophet say imitate even I, your prophet.
That's right.
I want to know why are we behaving in a way towards our own people, even though they ignorant of their identity.
Come on.
We can accept that. But why do we behave in this way? Why do we demonstrate a hatred to them when they are the victim? They're the victim of the European psychology.
Come on.
What shall we call them? And they give them all these names. So we sit here and we treat the victims as if they were the ones who was executing the crime. Because we don't understand Key 87.
Islam.
Key 88. What does the word colored mean?
Yeah, I'm more can't stand that like
Islam. Come on, Moors. Where y'all at?
I'm driving.
Not you, sis. Not you. Not you. Not you, sis. Not you. We got 18 other brothers and sisters in here besides me, you, and brother M. Pennington Bay. Islam. And I know they got their questionnaire right there by them. Let's go, Moors. We're supposed to do this together. Islam, Grand Sheikh.
Anything that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed. Now, when you paint, stain, varnish, or dye a thing, what did you just do to that thing?
You changed it.
Purified.
You changed it.
At least you changed the complexion of it. You changed the way it looked, right?
Islam.
But can you change the actual nature of the thing by painting it, staining it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Not at all.
Allah's in control. Only.
Right. When you have something that's colored and then you paint it, you varnish it or you dye it, you have changed it from its original outside representation. However, the inside is still the same. It's still original. But now you must bring that inside from the outside. You do want to reveal whatever your original inside is. So that's what color means. You changed it, and no one can change you except
That's right.
God Allah.
That's right.
But what happens when we start to look in the mirror at the thing that has been painted, stained, furnished, or dyed, and then we start to believe what we see? what happens then?
We start to take on what we see on the outside and act it on the inside.
So when we look around right now at the world, because the Grand Sheik, again, like last week, he spoke about this new generation and the way they behaving and, you know, just the changes that have happened in the world. But if you look at the TV and the shows that you see on TV, if you read the papers and you hear what's said about our young people nowadays, what happens when they start to believe this? Just think about this. What about the little Asiatic children who are running around in the house right now, being energetic? They're just playing. And everybody saying, oh, that little boy, he's so bad. She's so bad. He's so fast. I mean, she's so bad. See, bad got a definition. But bad got a definition. The child know what bad means. They don't want to eat a bad apple. But if you tell them they bad, and then they start to believe it, then what?
Come on. That's right. Good teaching.
They get bad for real. So this is when you talk about something that has been colored, something that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed, somebody done changed the way it looks. But only you and Allah got the ability to change the way you behave and the way that you act and the way you accept yourself. Only you can do that. And you can. I did it. I think we all did it.
Come on. I know I did it. That's right.
The majority of my life, I wasn't Maurice Pennington Bay. I wasn't Bay. I wasn't the governor. I wasn't somebody who aspired to be in control of myself. That wasn't who I was. You know? I was Snake.
And I was Big GD. Big GD. You was Snake? Come on. Talk about that lower self.
Same thing. And this is, I'm going to give y'all a lesson. Please, everybody. If somebody tell you they named Killer Murder Dog.
Lower self.
Hey, man, hey, what's your name? And they say Killer Murder Dog.
Lower self.
Man, you better believe them. You got somebody at home who named to you since the day you was born, always been mama. Always been mama. We got sisters, we got brothers. These names and these titles, they mean something. When somebody walks up to you and you say, hey man, how you doing? What's your name? And they say Snake. Get it away. Get away. Let me see if the good demonstrate nothing but no.
Teach.
So if a man step up to you and he say his name is Snake, you get away. Names mean things.
And every snake I have known on 2 legs have been a drug dealer and killer.
And let me tell you.
Islam. You know, the world today, when you look back, you saying get away, people mind so messed up and they so conditioned by their environment. You will say, hey, his name's Snake, get away from him. And the female, that's the first person she run into.
She want to lay up. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's their security.
Change our thoughts and our mind as well.
You know, everybody's different. All right, everybody is unique, and we live in a world today where the roles are just out of whack. Okay, I'm not going to say that all of the women want to be with these type of people. Poverty is so messed up where we come from that it just so happened that the drug dealers, for the most part, and the stick-up men, for the most part, in our community, are the only ones who can provide a semblance of stability. And safety. Because sadly, I don't know for sure if I know any women who have not been taken advantage of in the worst way. I don't know that I know any. And you have to ask yourself, while this is happening, guy Muhammad did this foul thing that guys do in jail to women. It's a real disgusting thing that men do, right? So
Yes, sir. We know exactly what you're talking about.
He started to curse her out and call all types of female dogs and this, that, and the third. And I'm in myself, and I'm saying, this particular day, it bothered me so bad. I say, man, Muhammad, how you gonna cuss her out after you just wake her?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You ain't have to touch her. You just wake her.
And she walking by.
You try to beat her, get mad after you did this. So he like, man, oh man, see the police. Man, how you gonna be taking up for the police, this, that, and the third? I said, man, hold up. I said, because while you up in here raping women, you should have been out there teaching her, making her to be something different. But now you want to try to get mad.
Teach.
You want to try to beat her and get mad after you just molested her. So, like the sister just said, not only is our women looking for stability, financial stability, they looking for safety, man.
Security. That's right.
These doggone savages is everywhere.
Secure the temple.
They're everywhere. I used to be one. Absolutely in the temple. I used to be one. I used to be one. Real bad. So I speak from a platform of experience. I know a lot of us, we can speak from the platform of experience. You know? It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing.
Islam, and to camelback with that, you said, wow, to protect us. You know, I grew up in the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. Back in the 80s, the protectors were the ones that was violating you the worst way. And instead of the family doing something about it, the family just sweep it under the rug, act like it never happened. So most times the protector was your own family. The protector was the man you thought was your man, but he's blocking your ass and breaking your ribs. So
No, that's a hoe.
it's like, in a sense, you sleeping with your enemy. So what is the protection, the love, the respect, and the safety for these women that got to carry your nation? When you break them down, you breaking a whole nation down. But the thing about Dr. Ali, he said that's a saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start practicing more science the right way, what you used to accept, what you used to tolerate, or what you used to let happen to you, you don't let it fuel you no more. You use it as your voice to help the next person, and you use it to elevate yourself and get yourself out of those positions. Because now you know better, but if you don't know better, you can't do better. So that's why he's teaching us, and that's why more science is a life lesson. Your whole life, you will never perfect.
Islam teach that lesson.
Grand Governor.
Islam, praises be to Allah and honors to his prophet. And we want this message to get out there. If there might be a brother putting his hands on a sister, we don't play that. All right? We don't play that. Even when I was in the low, I was out in Sacramento, California. And the brothers from the Nation of Islam had took me and my brother in. We was on the run. This is when my baby brother had some trouble here. But anyway, we were out there. We was there 3 days. And a brother, Puerto Rican brother, jumped on his wife in her home. The brother minister said, well, you know what we got to do. I was already ready. Because the sister called and said, hey, help me. I don't want this man to beat me up like this. I was ready because I come from that cloth. My father, whatever he did, he never beat my mother in front of us. So when I'm on the streets, if a man putting his hands on a woman, I'm going to holler at you. Because that's what Allah want us to do.
Can I camelback with you, brother?
Definitely.
I would like it to be said by y'all brothers that if a sister is in distress, she won't be a victim turned into, the one in wrongdoing. So many sisters are getting abused in these temples, and they scared to say something because they grand sheets know they've been in abuse.
Yep.
And they making them out to be the bad one, and so nobody is coming forward.
They gotta
So I want
leave.
it to be said that any sister that's under distress,
That's right.
all you have to do is call us. We don't care if you with our grandbody. We coming to get you.
We cut.
I didn't drove 3 different times to get sisters out of domestic situations.
That's right.
And I was in temples that said, leave that alone. That don't got nothing to do with us. She ain't in our temple. My heart can't take that. Like when I went through domestic violence, nobody came and saved me because they felt like it was your choice. That's who you chose to be. So sometimes all you need to know is that you got one person, whether you in a stupid phase or whatever people call it, that you got one person that ain't gonna judge you and that's gonna come get you and give you a saving chance.
That's right.
And for me, I didn't even have that when I went through domestic violence. I literally was terrorized so bad I left the city. And I'm just returning 8 years later because I never felt safe to come back. But when you got that safety, when you know somebody not gonna play about you, you're not scared of nothing in front of you because you know what's coming behind you. And then a lot of sisters don't got that. And I just praise Allah for giving me the saving grace and keeping a protector behind me. And a lot of people don't got that, so I just wanted that said, bro.
Islam.
Islam. You know, a lot of people they always got something to say about the Sheikh Neil Bay. They no matter the work. You know, we see the work, we appreciate it.
Praise
You
Allah.
got those ones that they don't want to do no work, so you know they don't like to see the boys go out there doing no real work, because then you know people will turn around and say, man, when you gonna start doing some work? But I'm gonna tell you something that the Sheikh Neil Bay known for. He's known for going to go get them sisters when they in trouble.
Allahu Akbar.
He's known for that. He ain't just talking about that. He does that. You know, and it's shocking to me that some of these sisters ain't here on this call right now. Because they should be. You know, I want to go back to the beginning. See, because all of this is a build-up from where we started. We started off talking about the education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zone Egypt. Because these sisters, they have a divine responsibility to the babies. But if these sisters is in so much distress, right? If these sisters is so full of adrenaline because they always in fight or flight mode, they just constantly just got adrenaline just pumping through their bodies so much that if you touch them, their bodies feel like my body, like they got hard bodies. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's just so much adrenaline inside of their body. Now, what happens when the babies are born, when they carrying these babies, and they got all this adrenaline in them? Now, the Quran tells us that we don't eat the flesh of frightened or slaughtered animals because we don't want to eat this adrenaline inside of the flesh. But when our babies is born like this, what y'all think is happening? That's why we got these wild young savages running around in the streets.
That's right.
That's why our children find it difficult to calm themselves down and to be able to think and to be able to manage their emotions.
Look, Sunday school instructor, you hitting it.
They was born with all of this stuff that was happening to their mother, carrying and bearing this along with her.
That's right.
And it don't go away. So even when she's no longer pregnant, it takes years. This stuff is like marijuana. You know, you smoke that marijuana, it don't just leave your system. So when these sisters experience this trauma, it don't just leave their system. The majority of them carry this trauma with them for the remainder of their lives.
That's right.
Unless they are called to minister to be able to actually utilize their experience for the benefit of others, it just tears them apart. It tears them apart. You know, that's why it's an honor for you sisters who done went through what you went through to be called by Allah to do His work, because He's giving you an opportunity to find some type of peace in all of the hurt that you experienced. You know, I know this. I know that I got two brothers right here, and I know what I will do myself in order to protect every single solitary Asiatic woman on the planet Earth. And I'm going to say every woman. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, and I'm even in prison. I used to always say to myself, when these guys get to acting goofy, please don't act like you want to assault or attack one of these women. Because y'all
That's right.
calling Bay by bad name. Because I'm just not going to let you do it. I can't. Islam, Grand Governor.
Islam, you know what? You and the sister just hit on some things. I mean, you just hit on some things because when you just said, you said something that was so real, brother. Look, the Moors and every organization knew when I was in the federal system, if a sister come on this gallery, you better not do anything inappropriate. Oh, what, you gonna be the police? Man, I got family members that's police officers, okay? Security workers, et cetera, et cetera. My sister works as a nurse for inmates. You think I'm gonna let you play with these people like that? Because of what you do to them, you do to my own. You see what I'm saying? Man, a lot of Moors didn't like that. And I was called names. But I told them, man, I represent Allah. And if you're going to represent Allah, you got to be on high, Moors. And the Nation of Islam stood with me 100%.
I want to touch on something.
Sister Kiana Bay. Start raising your hands.
I'm sorry.
We got some hands up.
I'm sorry. I ain't see it.
And I'm gonna make it. And I'm gonna make it quick.
It was quiet for so long.
See, I know she's feeling me, but I just want to announce for him. I want to announce for everybody else to get their messages in. Got the grand governor's got her hand up. You know, she wants to demonstrate I see the most on this camera, so I know you want to demonstrate a message. I want to let basically everybody
Islam.
Islam, grand governor.
Yes, praise Allah. We on the excuse our sister K Bay. I know that she's on the road.
She's on fire too, though. It's that real talk.
Might want to get off camera on the road because you know that's against the law in Illinois.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know my camera came on. My bad.
Hey, look,
My camera came on.
brother's trying to holler at you. I said she's married already. Stand down.
Yes, all praises due to Allah. That's to His holy prophet. Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
They own it.
I just want to say to all the brothers,
Come on.